Yo, YouTube, what is up? As y'all can see, I got a crazy one for y'all today, man. As y'all can see, everything is all over the place. It's disconnected, it's not flowing right, it's too much bulk. So we decided to go with a burst fade. He really did not even want a burst fade originally, but the guy who cut him just messed them all up, went too far behind the ear. He just wanted like a mullet with a taper, but the guy ended up giving them a burst fade. So he told me just get them right, shape them back to life, and let's just do a burst fade. If you guys can just stick with me, man, through this 30-minute video, I'm going to show you guys how to do a full scissor cut, how to shape this out, how to get rid of the bulk, how to do some layering to it. But let's lock in, man. There's going to be a lot of gems in this video. First, you want to saturate the client's hair. Like, you want to make it wet as possible. If the water is dripping on the client's face, man, who cares, man? Just drench the hair so you can have a lot more control. So once I got everything combed out, I started right in his crown area because that is where everything flows. And then I'm just making a part, going straight down, and I'm combing everything down. All I'm doing is separating the top hair from the bottom hairs. That's all I'm doing. It's just giving me a lot more control, and I can just see the head for truly what it is. So now we want to separate the sides from the back. So I start right behind the ear, make a part going straight down, and I'm separating the sides from the back. And we're gonna do the same exact thing on the other side, just repeating the steps. So now he do not want all this curl. So I started right from the bottom and I just pulled the hair out. And the shortest piece of hair that I seen that was just naturally there, that's what I decided to cut. And I'm going to do some point cutting just to add a little bit of texture to it. So when his hair is all dried, it won't be looking like a straight line. So that is why I'm doing some point cutting, just to give it some texture. But we're still going to see some hang time, but we're not going to see as much because that's not what he wants. He says just get rid of some of it. I'm like, all right, cool. Now we're going to do our top guideline. We're going to just make a part and we're going to go straight across. This is about to determine the length that I'm going to do on the back. So now I make a part, and now I'm going to see where is his head flat at, right in the middle. So I bend the comb, and whatever is flat, that is his parietal. So I bring the hair down. I want the hair to fall right above the parietal. So now I'm going to cut. This is my top guide, and I'm going to follow this going straight through, right around his head. And we're going to cut. Drop that section down, go to the next section. And I'm just creating myself a guideline. And we're going to the other side and we are repeating them same exact steps. You can see my guide, I cut. Now we can comb all that down. Now we're going to come right back in the middle and we're going to section out the hair. We're going to work on one side of the head at a time. So we're just going to comb the hair out the way. Make sure that your hair is still wet. And you're going to clip the hair in place. The hair that I am clipping, that's the hair I do not want to deal with right now. So now we're just going to make another little section. Now I'm going to lift the hair up. And now you see my guideline right at the top of my hand. And notice I'm not just going to cut straight across. I'm going to do some point cutting as well to give it a little bit of texture and some movement that's going on. So his hair is going to be a lot more, it's not going to be as thick and as heavy. And we're going to follow this guideline going straight down to the back of the head. And once you get to the bottom, you should see that bottom guideline that I created when I just cut straight across. And once you're done with that, you're just going to grab a clip and you're just going to pin that hair up and get that hair out the way. And you are going to repeat the same exact steps. This cut is going to be so fire, man. I had so much fun recording this haircut. We about to make him look like a totally different dude, man. And again, the reason why that I am point cutting is because we want some movement and we want texture. So now that that side is done, now look how much movement that I have and look at the texture. So now we're just going to repeat the same exact steps. We're going to pin that hair. We're going to pin this hair up that we just cut. And we're just going to go back and repeat the same exact steps. Our guide is always going to be at the top of the head, what we created. That is our top guideline. That is what we are going to follow. Can you see it right at the top? And we're just going to repeat the same exact steps. Quick story, man, about me. I remember when I first moved down here to Florida, I did not know nothing about using the shears. I thought I was good, but when I moved down here and the level of diversity that came in and out of the shop, I got scared, man. Like, it's a terrifying feeling when a client get in your chair and he asks you to do a scissor cut and you are pretending that you know what you're doing, when in reality, bro, you don't have a clue what you're doing. So it really forced me as a barber to start taking classes, to really start investing in myself to learn how to use the shears a little bit better. Because you do not want to be that one barber that's just really good at cutting coarse hair. Bro, you want to be able to do any haircut that come inside your shop and sit in your chair. That's the kind of barber I want to be. Now that we have the back done, now we have to start doing the sides. So you can see where that natural hard line is. That is the same line I'm going to follow. And I'm just running the comb, just bending it right on the side of his head. And I'm trying to see where his parietal ridge is at. I'm trying to see where the comb is flat on his head. Once I identify that spot, I'm going to go skin tight to the client's head. And now I'm about to start creating my block graduation. And once I get a little bit behind his ear, I'm going to start to drop it down because we are going to be doing a burst fade on him. So now I'm just going to create a U shape with that block graduation. And all that hair that's hanging over, we have to get rid of that anyways. But now this is just shaping my fade. And you can see the shape that I am creating. Now we want to connect that hair on the sides into the block graduation. So I'm going to be making diagonal parts, and I'm going to be over directing that hair right back to the guideline. So the original line that I made, that's my guide that I am following. So we're going to make a diagonal part, and I'm going to pick up the hair. That bottom guide that I made originally, that you can see right at the bottom, that's all the hair that I need to cut to connect. It's simple, man. Pick up the hair, all the hair that's above that line, get rid of it. And now you can see how much smoother that look. And when you make that diagonal part, just comb the hair right back to the guideline. And you can see how everything is flowing. Now we are going to cut the top. I'm going to make a part going right down the middle, and I'm going to comb the hair over to each side. Now we're going to separate the fringe area, and I'm going right through, right at his recession. Now we want to determine where we want this hair to lay. I asked my client, he said right above the eyebrow. So we pulling the hair right down, and I'm using the side of the comb that have more tension. I do not want to use the side that have less tension because we want to grab the hair. Now, right when his hair, right on the side of his head, you want to pull that outwards at an angle because that is going to be sitting on the side of his face. And then we're just going to continue to connect the hair on top to the sides now. Like, this is a good foundation. When you give someone a good scissor cut and you take your time, now when this guy come back and see me, 2 weeks to 3 weeks, I won't have to go back and repeat the same exact process, because the foundation of the the foundation of the haircut is already set up. This is the hardest part, is the scissor cut. Once you go ahead and fade, all your fading is going right into the scissors. And you see I'm doing point and cutting on top. All this doing is adding texture so we can give them that messy look. This cut is about to be fire. And now that everything is done, we're just gonna comb everything out. We have the top cut, we have the sides connected, we have our shape going in with the burst fade. And now I'm just connecting the back to the top now. And the scissor cut will be complete. Now I'm just gonna mess it up, just try to give myself a visual on what it's gonna look like and where the hair is gonna be falling. I'm gonna be using some Tune 45 clay, and we are going to just rub this all throughout his hair. We want to get every inch of product that we just rubbed in our hand, we want to put that through the client's head. We're not just going to rub it on top, we're going to massage it in his head, just to make sure the product is really in there. Now you're going to blow dry in the direction that you want to style the client's hair. Now I want you guys to keep in mind, I'm not really worried about styling his hair out completely. I just want to dry it. And we are on high heat. And for the back, I am going to do a loose blow dry just to get the hair dry. And for the sides, you can see I am blow drying and brushing everything forward. We want to make sure that the hair is dry, and you can see the shape that I created. Now once we got everything blow dried, I just come back with my comb and just comb everything in the direction that I want it to go. Boom. Now we're going to throw on the 4 guard. Now we are going to run this 4 right into that graduation that we created. I do not want to take away from the shape that I just made with my scissor work. That would kill the purpose of me just doing all that scissor work. So we want to fade into it. So that's why we starting off with a higher guard with a 4. And we're just going to walk the guards right down. Then I throw on my number 3. Right underneath that 4, that's where I want to stack this number 3. I don't want to go all the way up because I already put the 4 up there. So right below that number 4, that's where we placing that 3. Then we're going to walk down to the 2 guard. Right underneath that 3, that's where you place the 2. And I never cut this guy hair before. Yes, I could have just thrown the 1.5 and just went straight up, but to play it safe, I just started stacking my guards. So I know I'm doing the proper steps to give him the right fade. I don't want to make no mistakes. I really don't know his hair texture. I don't know which way his hair grow, and I didn't want any surprises. So I decided to stack my guards. So now I have on the 1.5, and I'm going right up underneath that 2. Right when I'm finished with the 1.5, I go no guard open, and I'm starting to create my open guideline transition. And I'm just controlling where I want to put this fade at. Then I close the clipper up all the way, and now I am setting in my bald guideline. I'm doing it this way instead of planting it in with the trimmer because I do not want to create a harsh guideline. And this line should come right out because I set it in with my clipper closed. So I really shouldn't have no problem coming back and just taking that line right out. We are going to use the foil shaver to give our neck transition, and we're just going to skin him completely out just using the single side of the shaver. And now we're going to take it out. We're going to start closed, and we're going to tap at the guideline. Once that guideline shift up, I'm going to open up my lever another notch, And we're just going to tap at this line. Once that line shifts, we're going to go halfway in the lever, and we should be at the very top of the guideline. If the line do not come out, just go back and repeat them same exact steps. Now, if you notice, I am working in sections just because I'm working in a smaller area. And for those who watch me, you guys know I love to stretch fades, but in this case, this is more of a tighter blend. So my guidelines are a lot smaller. So for those who love, tight blends, this is how I like to do my tighter blends. So now I throw on the 0.5 guide open, and I'm making my next guideline going up about a 1/2 inch, and I'm keeping that same circular shape. And I'm going over this guideline multiple times. Then I'm going to go halfway in the lever, which means I should be halfway in that guideline. I don't want to be any higher than halfway in the guideline. Once that guideline soften up for me, you just see me close the lever up all the way. Now I need to be at the very bottom of the guideline. This 0.5, sometime it take the line right out, sometime it doesn't, but that's cool. If it don't take the line right out, take off the guard and go no guard open, and just use the corner of the blade just hitting that bottom guideline. If the line is not coming out, just gradually open up your lever notch by notch until that line come out completely. And we also like to call that lever play. You just play with your levers until that line come out. And you can see my transition is really starting to come together now. This thing is about to be clean. I enjoyed this haircut, man. And I appreciate him for really coming in and trusting me and believing in me to give him a great haircut. So I had to lock in. So now we throw on the 1.5. Now I want to go right in, and I want to scoop right out. I am not trying to dig into the actual bulk that we created. I want to keep that. And I'm going to be using majority of the corners when doing this process. We just want to go right in with your corners, and you do not want to dig in at all. Then I'm going to close the lever up all the way, and we're just going to hit the very bottom of that guideline. We want it to almost look like it's flowing right into the bulk. Nice and tight. Still using them corners, and we just cutting the hair in the direction that the hair want to grow. Now I throw back on the 0.5 open. This should take out that remaining line that I see. And this should bring my blend all the way together. And you can see, man, this thing came out fire. And I really want you to pay attention on how it's flowing right into the bulk. I kind of like that. I kind of really like that, man. That thing is blurry. It's a McBlurry. And just to soften it up a tad, I come back with my thinning shears, just snipping at it, just to soften that line up a little bit. I don't want to get rid of the shape. I just want to soften it up. Fire. And on this side, we just repeat the same exact steps, bro. The same exact steps. But I do want to get back to talking about the diversity as a barber, man. I really don't want to be that barber that just specializes in just cutting coarse hair. I want to cut any hair texture, any hair type that sit in my chair. And 2 years ago, I couldn't do that. I can only do a taper on coarse hair. The minute some straight hair got into my chair and he wanted all scissors, I folded like laundry, bro. I said, bro, I cannot keep doing this. And that's when I really went in and I started investing in myself and using the shears. And when you start doing shear haircuts, you start shaping these haircuts, you start doing block graduation. And once a client really can see that, oh my God, like this guy can really do a scissor haircut. Most clients that have long hair they go to salons and get their hair layered and get their hair textured because they don't think that us barbers, we can do that kind of stuff. But once you can really show a client that you can do these slick back looks, that you can layer out their hair, that you can give them texture, bro, it opens up a new clientele for you. New clientele and more money just by learning another skill set. But a lot of people, they not willing to really learn how to use the shears. You have to invest in yourself and you have to just keep getting better. You have to keep up with the times. Don't be that stubborn barber that's just like, nah, I'm just gonna just stick to what I know. I got clientele already. Like, bro, it's actually crazy, man. Like, barbers really be stuck in their own ways sometimes, man. I think that's like super funny. And the only reason why it's funny, because I was that guy. I was that guy that did not care about using the shears, man. As long as I can fade and as long as I can do a taper and a basic scissor cut on top, I thought I was popping. But I got humbled really fast once I moved down here to Tampa, and the level of diversity that came in and out my chair, and I just felt like I was trash all over again because I did not know how to do a freaking scissor cut, and I did not know how to do these haircuts that these clients were asking me for. Now, is it my fault? Like, where I came from, Buffalo, that wasn't a diversity that was there. It wasn't guys asking for these scissor cuts. I still can't make an excuse on that. I still could have invested in myself and took some classes to learn how to use the shears, but I was just stuck in my own ways. And I'm just here telling y'all that invest in yourself, man. Even if you don't come from an area where you don't have a lot of straight hair clients and you don't know how to get these models, bro, run a Facebook ad or something. Run a free Facebook ad for straight hair clients. You will find these people, and that's how you get your practice. Buy some mannequins, invest in these classes, and just practice on how to use these shears. And I promise you, it's going to make you a lot of money in the long run and make you into a better barber. And for all my new guys that watch me, I'm telling y'all this because I want you guys to avoid the mistakes that I made and when I was up and coming. That's why I really like to be transparent as possible. I'm going to show you guys how to do these scissor haircuts step by step and get into crazy detail. I'm going to show you guys how to do these fades. I really don't care. I'm going to show you guys whatever y'all want to see, whatever y'all want to learn how to do. I'm not the type of guy to gatekeep. I'm not the type of guy to hold information from people, because that's what people did to me. People did not want to show me how to cut hair. I had to learn majority of all the stuff that I learned in the beginning on my own. This barbering industry can really be a dog-eat-dog world. But that's why y'all got more fades, man. More fades is going to show y'all exactly how to do these haircuts step by step. He is not going to gatekeep. He's going to show you how to do these scissor cuts. I'm going to show you how to do a fade. I'm going to show you how to detail a fade. I am going to point out whenever I have a flaw in my cut, and I'm going to tell you guys what I should have did better. I'm not here to sell you my merch. I'm not here to get you to buy my Barbering Academy. I already have my academy. My YouTube channel is my academy. If I'm here to educate and teach people how to cut hair, I'm not about to go make a whole nother platform and make people pay for it. I'm just going to give you free game on my channel on how to do this. I'm trying to build a loyal fan base that rock with me. I'm a man of the people, and I want everybody to eat. I want everybody to give out McBlurries and have the most confidence going into any haircut that sits down in your chair. 2025 is about to be a great year, man. We going up. We all going up together. Let's jump back into this haircut. I threw back on the 0.5, and now I'm just cleaning up that 1.5 guard that left a slight little line that's left over. And you can see how this thing came together, man. And now just to clear up some of that bulk that we have going on, we just picked up the thinnest shears and we just hitting just the tips, because we do not want to get rid of the shape. Now we are going to fade out his beard really fast. He wanted like not a deep beard, but he wanted it to be like mid. So that's what we decide to do. And we just repeat the same exact steps, but instead of fading up, you want to fade downwards. And the beard is another really one of my favorite parts to do of a haircut, because it just really add that contrast on when you got a real blurry fade, and when you look at the beard, it kind of like all go together. Like, bro, look at that. Look at the fade now. Look at the beard. Bro, you can't tell me that's not gas. Now we're going to line up his C-cup. I started right at the bottom of the vertical bar. Then I start right at the bottom. And you want to draw in a C. It's called a C-cup, so it should look like a C. Picture a C in your head and then draw it on your client. Pretend like the trimmer is your pencil and the skin is a piece of paper. Draw in a C and make that thing super crispy. It brings everything together. Then you're going to do the same thing for the other side. You're going to start right at the bottom of the vertical bar. You're going to go right to the bottom, and you are going to draw in a C. Clean. Sometimes you have to go over it a couple times to really get that C shape. Now we're going to use some Tune 45 shave gel. And how I like to apply it, I like to just do 2 dots on each side. Then I like to rub it in. Then I come back with my Tune 45 straight razor. I'm going to hit that C-cup area. This razor is fire. If you know, you know. I named it Pink Panther. And he did not want his beard, super high. He wanted me to bring it to the most natural point. So we told him to blow a bubble so I can get a lot more attention. Told him to let it go. Then I clear off all the other hair that's left on the face. Then we are going to comb right through the line. Then we're going to come back one more time to really make this line extra crispy. For all my lines, I always like to go over it twice or 3 times, just to really make sure that I got this thing looking crispy cream. Blow that bubble to give me a little bit more attention. Boom. And for the other side, you just go back and you repeat the same exact steps. Make sure that you are stretching the skin. Angle that razor at a 45-degree angle. And it's going to glide like butter. And this is my rough draft, because this is my first time going through the line and just clearing out all the bulk that's on the cheeks. And then on the second pass through, when we comb through everything, this is where you really want to get crispy. Tell them to blow a bubble for some tension. Tell them to let it go. And you go ahead and make that beard sharp. This side of his beard was definitely a lot lighter than the other side, but we still got him right. Now we are going to cocktail in products. I'm going to put some Tune 45 paste. What cocktailing means, like when you go to a bar and you get a cocktail and have multiple drinks in there, it's the same thing with barbering. So I am mixing products in his head. So the first time when I was blow drying, I put the clay in his hair, and then I came back with the Tune 45 paste. So he have 2 products, and it's called cocktailing. Now we're just coming back with the 1.5 guard. It was a couple dark spots that I see that was kind of like throwing off the transition a little bit. So I just slapped on the 1 guard. I went open, then closed, just to try to lighten it up a little bit. And this is how he came in looking. You can see The size was disconnected. Nothing really wasn't flowing the way he wanted it. And it's our job to bring these boys back to life, man. You can see, man, the burst fade is blurry. We got the messy look going on top. We got the texture in the back. He's a new dude. He was very happy. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Do good, be good. It's your boy More Fades. I'm out. Chill, chill. Nah, y'all ain't ready for no freestyle.